by developing character and enriching life in all ways. The event takes place this Saturday at the goal of the event is to provide an avenue for young adults to show that they are more than just athletes, drug dealers, gang members, and entertainers. While participating in an academic event that's competitive, it's a real opportunity. Much of the information featured in this competition came from the 365 Days of Black Facts calendar found at www.black365.us. They are celebrated and cheered for their athletic abilities. Now, join us as we celebrate them for their academic accomplishments, so important in today's society. We appreciate you attending this event and your support.
Robert Mugabe. Indeed, Mr. Robert.
I always say the most important part of this whole thing is the learning process. So it's what we get out of it is what matters. It doesn't matter who wins, doesn't matter who loses, it's the learning process. So you should be able to leave this competition and say, hey, I learned this from the Black Knowledge Bowl.
I'm just ready to compete and prove that, it's easy to overcome some of the bigger challenges that you have to face.
When you're representing the club, does the Black Knowledge Ball give you that opportunity?
Yeah.
If you will, please take a quick look around and note the location of the emergency exit closest to your seat. We have doors on either side and in each rear corner of the auditorium. In the extremely unlikely event of an emergency, we'll ask you to move calmly and quietly through the closest available exit. Just a couple of quick housekeeping notes before we begin. We'll ask your help today in keeping our beautiful theater beautiful by not consuming any food or beverages other than bottled water here inside the auditorium. Bottled water is fine, but anything else we'll ask you to please finish it up out in the lobby and discard it out there. There is no smoking, including e-cigarettes or use of tobacco in any way, shape, or form here on Antelope Valley College campus. We are now a smoke-free, tobacco-free campus. And since you can't smoke here, maybe today would be a good day to think about not smoking anyway. Just think about it for me. If you are accompanied today by a future scholar, a youngster who might require some special attention or perhaps an unscheduled break during the competition, we'll ask you to please see one of our ushers stationed near the doorway. They'll be happy to help escort you back to the front lobby. And it is okay to take photographs or capture some of the competition today on video. We'll simply ask you to please no flashes. It's very distracting for the people on stage, and it's annoying to the people seated around you. Lastly, as a courtesy to all of our contestants today, as a courtesy to them as well as to your fellow patrons today, we'll ask you to please at this time reach into your pocket or purse, grab that cell phone, and switch it off. In that way you can make absolutely certain that if a cell phone should ring during the competition, all the hateful glares and vicious remarks, which management does encourage, they won't be directed at you. We thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage the creator of Black 365 Knowledge Bowl, the dynamic gentleman who created it, who has been promoting it, and who will serve as our moderator today. Please welcome Mr. Jamal Brown.
Once again, greetings. As you mentioned, my name is Jamal Brown. I am both happy and honored and pleased and humbled that you all have bared the inclement weather. For those who've been a part of this Knowledge Bowl for some time, you know, it doesn't matter which day we do the Knowledge Bowl on. There's going to be some rain, some snow, something. The very first Knowledge Bowl snowed. We've done this in late February. We've done this in March. We've done this in the middle of March. And there's always some inclement weather. But again, thank you for bearing the weather, coming out, and supporting our young people. This event is obviously near and dear to me. And again, I can't thank you enough for coming out. What I want to do right now is introduce someone who is like Black 365 family, believe it or not. Year number five that this gentleman has shown his support in being a sponsor, not only just any sponsor, but one of the first to sponsor each and every year, and he has graced us with his presence. I'm talking about none other than our Assemblyman, Mr. Tom Lackey.
I think I heard somebody boo out there. That's pretty good. Anyways, welcome everybody. This is going to be such a fun experience for those of you who have never come before. It's going to very much impress you. I would like to thank all the hard work that's gone into preparing for this demonstration of knowledge. Some of you are parents. You're going to be very, very proud. This makes me very proud, and it always awakens me to some of the very fascinating accomplishments of African American people. So feel very, very excited to watch the competition and to become informed of some very exciting parts of our history. But I want you to know there are a few events that make me more optimistic about our future than this one. And you're going to be very, very proud, and you're going to be surprised at the difficulty of some of these and the obscurity of some of these questions. So welcome. I'm proud to be part of this, and I truly look forward to the demonstration of knowledge. But thank you very much.
All right. Today is not about me. It's not about any of the VIPs, because each and every one of you are VIPs. It is about these young people who just got some sort of cue to come out when I didn't even call them out yet. That's okay. They were fast on the draw. Let's try that again, y'all. Like we rehearsed it. Yeah. All right. So those faces that you didn't see are some first-time participants, newcomers to the competition, actually from my alma mater, Lancaster High School. DJ, we get the walkout music for Lancaster High School. Lancaster High School, come on out. All right, you can lower it a little bit. We have participating with us, I probably should practice this part, Maya Bailey here. Maya Bailey is a 10th grader. She actually is participating in her first high school Knowledge Bowl, but she is the first ever participant who's participated in a junior high Knowledge Bowl and a high school one. So she has a distinct honor for that. She's making history tonight already. She's making history. Participated at Armagosa Creek Middle School, where her team did pretty good. They won, that's right. I wasn't sure, I didn't put no false information out there. You know. And they won there, so hopefully she brings her good luck and her wit to tonight's competition. Again, Ms. Maya is in 10th grade. She would like to attend Clark Atlanta University, wants to become an OBGYN or a lawyer, or both, I don't know, delivering, doing all that at the same time. And her favorite person in history is Miss Angela Davis. Let's hear it one more time for Miss Maya Bailey.
Yes.
Miss Kaya Florence. Let's hear it for Miss Kaya Florence. She is in 12th grade. She plans to attend a prestigious university here on the West Coast. Would like to get a political science degree and become a lawyer. Her favorite person in Black history is Toni Morrison. One more time for Miss Florence. We're going to skip over to Mr. Giovanni Pope. Mr. Giovanni Pope, 11th grader, Lancaster High School. Out of high school, wants to study political science, wants to become a politician, and says Barack Obama, his favorite person in Black history. We have, last but not least, of our participants. We see 6 up here, 2 are alternates. We'll talk about that in a second. Mr. Malachi Wyndham. Mr. Malachi Wyndham, 12th grader. He had me amend his bio and say Duke University. So not just any university, Duke University, Mr. Brown, is where I plan on going. So that's in my notes right here. Duke University, wants to become a plastic surgeon, and credits Martin Luther King Jr. as being his favorite person in Black history. Now, something interesting happened. We had Miss few additional participants on the Lancaster team. And if any of you have been here before, you've noticed that we normally have 4 teams. However, one team kind of got cold feet. They couldn't stand the heat. So they said, Mr. Brown, please get us out the kitchen real fast. We can't stand the heat. So one team backed out near term here shortly. I gave the opportunity for the Lancaster participants to add 2 players who've already been studying, add 2 more players to form another team. But they said, Mr. Brown, our loyalty is so strong over here at Lancaster, we cannot compete against our fellow Eagles. And so they're just here for support. They help study. They've been here from day one with the Lancaster team. Talking about Miss Leah Phillips. Miss Leah Phillips, give a wave. And to attend college, wants to be a detective, and says Mr. Will Smith is her favorite person in Black history. One more time for Miss Phillips. And last but certainly not least, on the Lancaster team, Moesha Roberts. Miss Moesha Roberts. She has been accepted to Grand Canyon University, wants to become an athletic trainer, and she too says Martin Luther King Jr. is her favorite person in Black history. Let's hear it one more time for the Lancaster High School Eagles, also known as Black History in the Making. Their team named Black History in the Making. All right, take your seats, contestants. Next team coming to the stage. No, excuse me, DJ, I'm sorry. That team who is the defending champions. They've been in this competition for a number of years. Yes, sir! They could not make it over the hump until a cold February last year. Mr. Patterson has bought this team out every single year for 9 years. Every single year, they took it someplace other than first. Until 2018, they climbed the mountaintop. They made it to the mountaintop. I'm talking about none other than the defending champions from A.B. High School. A.B. High School. They have a slow song, apparently. Hopefully their buzzers. Hopefully they buzz faster than their song. Stand up. We're gonna let their song play so they can vibe to it. They said they walking it like they talking. They've been talking a little bit advanced on social media. They said they're here to back it up. They're gonna walk it like they talk it. I'm talking about the AV scholars, We have Miss Adriana Symington, give a wave. She's in 12th grade. Wants to travel and see the world upon graduating. Eventually would like to become a registered nurse, and says Martin Luther King Jr., her favorite person in Black history. Again, Miss Symington, Adriana Symington. We have up next, good place to clap. We have Mr. Demas Harper Jr., yes? 12th grade, said he wants to have a big family with a lot of kids. That's one of his aspirations. And while he's having all these kids, he wants to be an illustrator for children. He wants to illustrate children's books. And he says his favorite person in Black history is none other than his father, Demas Harper Sr. All right. We have a change, an alternate in this schedule. Miss Williams will not be able to make it, unfortunately. However, they too had someone who was studying. I'm talking about none other than Miss Micaiah. Did I say it right? Michaela, I'm so sorry. Michaela, please forgive me. Michaela Allen Lynch. Miss Michaela, go ahead and give it away. She too is a 10th grader. Plans on attending a university, wants to be a pediatrician. Instead, it was a toss-up, Mr. Brown. It was Taraji P. Henson and Rosa Parks. So old school, new school for her favorite people in Black history. It was a great time. This is Allen Lynch. She too participated on the junior high level. Again, around here, we're raising up scholars. So again, this bowl has transformed from just a high school bowl to now we do junior high and fifth grade bowls as well. We would like to inspire, uplift, encourage, and enlighten the entire valley when it comes to Black history. That's the mission here of the Black 365 Knowledge Bowl team. Last but certainly not least, he's a veteran. Dare I say it, he was the team captain of last year. He's no official team captain, but he was a shining star last year. Outstanding young man who does a lot. Pretty much anywhere you go around town, you see him. I see him at the PAC, he's doing some stuff. At the Former Arts Center on Theater. Down in Pasadena, he's doing stuff. Down in Long Beach, he's doing stuff. Every time I turn my head, I see this gentleman doing some really, really good things. He's a student at AV High School, but I know I see him on campus. He's taking classes here at ABC as well. Again, a fantastic gentleman. Talking about none other than Mr. Joseph Ramirez. Joseph is a 12th grader, plans to attend Morehouse wants to become an entrepreneur and a community organizer, do community programming. He says Huey P. Newton is his favorite person in Black history. Let's hear it for the A.D. Scholars, defending champion A.D. Scholars. All right. We can cue up that walkout music for that bad team. When I say bad, you know I mean good. That bad team. 6 out of the 8 Black 365 Knowledge Bowls, championships, those trophies have come home to the home team. I'm talking about none other than the SOAR Black Legacy. SOAR Black Legacy. But let's go ahead and hear it from Mr. Bakari Willie Brown. Mr. Bakari Willie Brown, 11th grader, okay, not in the zone, okay. 11th grader, wants to attend UC Irvine or Morehouse. I can't think of two more dichotomous schools, but UC Irvine or Morehouse. Would like to get a PhD in psychology and says the internet star, Demetrius Harmon, is his favorite person in Black history. One more time for Bakari Willie Brown. Next, we have a vet to this competition. She was at the Knowledge Bowl 9 years ago. She was a very, very small person at that time. Since then, each and every one of her brothers and sisters have been SOAR Knowledge Bowl participants and champions, if I'm not mistaken. That's about right. Sounds good if it's not true, but it is the truth. I'm talking about none other than Miss Afia Bari. Miss Afia Bari. She would like to attend Howard or CSU East Bay. Miss Sophia Bari there wants to work at a publication, wants to be a writer, and says Beyonce Knowles Carter is her favorite person in Black history. One more time for Miss Sophia Bari. Next up, newcomer to the competition. His name is Ryan Ohaya. Mr. Ryan Ohaya. He is a 12th grader. Wants to attend UC Berkeley, wants to become remind me, I had it wrong here. That's right, thank you. I wrote down doctor. He said, Mr. Brown, you're putting so much pressure on me. My mama is out in the audience. She don't put so much pressure on me to become a doctor. But it's a typo. But said he wants to be an entrepreneur, and have a plan in place to reinvest into the community for veterans, homeless, and at-risk youth. He's going to have some proceeds go to those constituencies. And he says Nelson Mandela is his favorite person in Black history. All right. That's a fact. A lot of clapping going on. Put your hands ready. Let me get a lot of clapping. Next up, this gentleman, they tell me, has a mind like a computer chip. And I've seen a little bit of it backstage a minute ago. He is here for his second year, Mr. Marcus Hickman. Mr. Hickman is in 12th grade, plans to attend college, wants to be a secondary school English teacher, and says Carter G. Woodson is his favorite person in Black history. Let's hear it one more time for SOAR Black Legacy. All right. Time for the all-important rules for tonight's competition. It's pretty simple. If you've seen a Jeopardy, you've seen a Knowledge Bowl. In just a few moments, we have it there a second ago, you will see the categories along with corresponding point values. In just a few moments, I'm going to say the question with the corresponding point value that gets called out. I'll say the word finish. That will give me the power to unlock the buzzers, which will allow the teams to buzz in. If they answer the question correctly, that corresponding point value will be added to the score. If they answer the score incorrectly, we're not in junior high level. In junior high level, a little bit, this is the crown jewel of all Black 365 goals. So at the high school, you give you minuses. So if you give an incorrect answer, that score will be deducted. From your scores that you leave from this backstage. So at this time, there's nothing too much more left for me to say other than audience. You have any questions? Any questions? Coaches, any questions? Scholars. Yes, sir.
What did that vessel aim on that sword?
Students on the academic rise. Students on the academic rise. One of the top high schools in the state of California, one of the top high schools in the country is what happened too. That school is located on this campus here at Antelope Valley College. All right. And thank you for that question. Again, it's a community event. You can chat out answers from the audience every now and then, at the appropriate time, right? Scholars, do we have any questions? We have a buzzer check. The audience can't see this, but I needed to situate this tower so that I can see it and the scholars can see it. But let's give a buzzer check at this point. Let's hit green first. Green, can you confirm to the audience that your buzzer's working just fine? All right, buzzer, see it, okay. Let's go with yellow. Or excuse me, the next AV is yours. AV's blue. AV's blue. I might just call out color. I'm going to only call out colors, okay, as I see them. So blue, buzzer's working just fine. You can confirm to the audience that clear. Soar, hit your buzzer, please. Buzzer's working just fine. Okay, I'm so deliberate with how I say that because in about 10 minutes, 10 short minutes, it's going to be some type of buzzer controversy. I'm just letting you know right now. We got some scholars who are up here who are swift, they know their stuff, they're competitive, and they're going to be like, Mr. Brown, there's a conspiracy with my buzzer's not right, the Illuminati's inside the buzzer. Something's going to happen to the buzzer, it's going to be real crazy. They're going to be giving me all sort of side eyes and stuff, but we talked about it behind stage. We're going to compose ourselves, be professional, push through. These are some high-end buzzers, the best buzzers on the market. Mr. Brown paid a lot of money for these buzzers, for the gracious sponsors, gracious sponsorship that we saw up there earlier. So again, there's nothing wrong with the buzzer other than you hit it second. That's all that means. That's all that means. All right, so we're going to wait until I say finish to hit the buzzer. If you don't see it buzz in, you might want to push it one more time, but that's all that's needed. All right, scholars? All right, the last disclaimer that I always give the audience, please do not try to provide any answers because there's a good chance that you will be incorrect and we don't want you confusing the scholars who've been studying, okay? All right, with nothing more to be said, we're going to let the defending champions from AV High School get us started with the 2019 Flight 365 Knowledge Bowl. Let's go. One more thing. So on your tables, you have the categories and point values, so I can call those questions scratch out. AV, we're going first. So then you can look at your paper. Oh, this is what the hashtag is. You take pictures, photos, all that stuff. The hashtag, y'all know what the hashtag is. Ask somebody young next to you. Ask somebody who's born in 2000 or something. The hashtag is.
African flags for 100.
African flags for 100. There's nothing for me to say, okay? There's no finish. Soon as it cracks, you can feel free to buzz in. All right, here we go. I see yellow.
Madagascar.
Indeed, the flag of Madagascar. Flag of Madagascar. That is correct. Flag of Madagascar. Where we going next? Sword, you now control the board.
Flags for 300.
Flags for 3. Here we go. I'm going to clear the buzzer. 3, 2, and 1. Ring.
Botswana.
Indeed, that's the flag of Botswana, African country, Botswana. 300 points to our friends from Lancaster.
African flags for 400.
400. Here we go. I'm going to clear it in 3, 2, and 1. I see green.
That is Zambia.
Zambia is correct. Yes, Zambia. The answer is Zambia. Zambia.
Which is another one? And the African flag for 500.
Why not? Here we go. African flags for 500. Here we go. 3, 2, and green.
Zimbabwe.
Indeed, flag of Zimbabwe. The flag of Zimbabwe is correct. Somebody went to sleep with these flags hanging above their bed, apparently.
All right, and the African flag 200.
Why not? The last African flag for this round. Here we go. 3, 2, and blue.
That is the Somalia flag.
Indeed, the flag of Somalia. The flag of Somalia, that is correct. The flag of Somalia is correct. We have extinguished all of our flags for this round. There'll be more in the next round. Where are we going next?
Black hair for 100.
Black hair for 100. Queen Leslie said, let's bring a little brevity. Let's bring a little, fun to the bowl. Not as if it's not fun, but let's just do something we haven't done. So it's the first time we ever had this category, black hair. Let's activate the buzzer, someone please, so I can unlock up. Here we go. So waiting for hear the word finish. What is the name of the hairstyle that is typified by having hair braided closely to the scalp in a raised row fashion finish?
Cornrows.
Cornrows, the answer for yes, cornrows, blue, cornrows, blue, cornrows, cornrows. Many of us in the audience know about this hairstyle. Some may be educated on it right now. Where are we going next? It's all about education.
Black hair for 200.
Black hair for 2, let's activate those buzzers. All right, here we go. Wait to hear the word finish. Currently, there are 25 states that require some form of specialty license or full cosmetology license if you decide to do this hairstyle when someone else finishes. Blue,
Locks.
that is not the answer we're looking for. Green,
Sorry.
that's all right. You was already locked in.
Sorry, that would be braided.
Indeed, braids. Braids, the answer we're looking for. Braids. Braids, the answer that we're looking for. Yes, specialty license. Even if you want to braid your sister's hair, that would make no sense at all. That would make no sense. That would make no sense.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's do black hair for 300.
Why not? Here we go. Let's activate the buzzers. Somebody, anybody hit the buzzer? Thank you. All right, 300. What is the name of the ancient hairstyle that was worn by a number of Egyptian pharaohs? However, the 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals says employers can legally refuse to hire you if you wear this style finish. Blue.
Locks.
Locks is the answer we're looking for. Yes, locks, the answer we're looking for. Locks. Locks, the answer we're looking for. Again, been around since millennia. Doesn't make any sense.
Black hair for 100.
Black hair at 4. All right, here we go. What is the name of the hairstyle that has gained popularity regionally in the Dallas area, made popular by the rapper Yella Beezy? It combines multiple, let's activate buzzers. Here we go from the top. What is the name of the hairstyle that has gained popularity regionally in the Dallas area, made popular by rapper Yella Beezy? It combines multiple hairstyles finish. Blue.
Shag.
That's not the answer we're looking for. Yellow or orange.
The booty.
That 2 is not the answer we're looking for. But they're not going to answer. The answer we're looking for, the drop shag. The drop shag. There's different a shag and a drop shag. Both of them are equally as ugly. I would never in life.
Excuse me.
Wish that. You can Google it at halftime. Yes. So yes, the drop shag, the answer we're looking for. That looks absolutely terrible. Yes, yes, yes. Who answered the last question correctly? Avi. All right, Avi, you still in control of the board.
Black hair for 500.
Black hair at 500. Let's activate those buzzers for me, please. All right. What is the name of the hairstyle that was nearly appropriated when people began calling them twisted mini buns inspired by Marc Jacob? Finish. Luke.
Bantu knots.
Bantu knots, the answer we're looking for. Bantu knots. Bantu knots. Not no twisted mini buns by Marc Jacob. Like, what is that? How do you call a whole hairstyle something by somebody else? That makes no sense. All right.
American lawyers 100.
African American lawyers for 100. All right, here we go. Let's activate those buzzers, please. What is the name of the attorney who graduated from Howard University and went on to become California's 3rd female U.S. Senator? Finish.
Kamala Harris.
Indeed, Kamala Harris, the answer we're looking for. Kamala Harris, the answer we're looking for. All right.
African American lawyers for 200.
200, there we go. What is the name of the man who helped create Howard University's School of Law and also was the school's first dean? Finish. Orange.
John Mercer Langston.
John Mercer Langston is correct. Yes, John Mercer Langston. He was the uncle of Langston Hughes. He was also the first African American elected to any position in the country. He was elected a town clerk in a small town in Ohio. John Mercer Langston.
African American lawyers, 500.
Lawyers for 5, so he's trying to get back in this thing immediately. Let's activate those buzzers, please. There we go. What is the name of the man who represented 99 defendants following the Elaine race riot of Arkansas finish? Luke.
The more defendants.
Say it one more time.
The more defendants.
That is not the answer we're looking for. Green.
Scipio or Scipio
Scipio
Africanus Jones.
Africanus Jones is correct. Yes, Scipio Africanus Jones is the answer we're looking for. That is correct. Scipio Africanus Jones.
Let's see, African American lawyers for 400.
400 lawyers there was?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Let's activate those buzzers, please. All right. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, the youngest person to ever become a judge did so at the age of 17. What is his name finish? Luke.
Markel Griffin.
Luke. Say that again.
Markel Griffin.
Indeed, Mr. Mark L. Griffin is correct. Yes, Mr. Mark L. Griffin. Mark L. Griffin. I knew people wouldn't believe it, so there's the actual certificate from the Guinness Book of World Records. And then I was going to be questioning. You know, I know Jamal knows a lot of stuff. That's the one sound like he just made that one up. So no, I put that in there for you all to see it right there. You know, Mr. Black Facts, Mr. Black 365. I only tell the truth. There it is from the official Guinness Book of World Records site. Mr. Mark L. Griffin, youngest judge in U.S. history. Man, he was doing it. I figure out, what were you doing at 17? I was like skateboarding or something. I was doing whatever my mother told me not to do. I was just doing whatever. But he was a judge. Crazy. Crazy. All right, where we going next?
African American lawyers for 300.
300 coming up. Let's activate those buzzers. All right. 300?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. What is the name of the judge who made headlines when she was sworn in as a judge in 2015 at the age of 25 finish?
Jasmine Twitty.
One more time.
Jasmine Twitty.
Indeed, Miss Jasmine Twitty. Miss Jasmine Twitty, the answer was before. Miss Jasmine Twitty, black woman judge, age 25. Had her sister and homeboy come through with her and get sworn in. It was beautiful. It was just like somebody 25. I don't know where mama was at. You know, I'm gonna bring my homeboy with me. He'll be sworn in, huh? All right, that's cool too. That works. All right, I believe all of our lawyers have been extinguished for this round, along with all of our flags. We have African American authors that have been untouched.
African American authors for 100.
100. Let's activate the buzzer, someone please. Here we go. What is the name of the first African American to win the Pulitzer Prize in Poetry? On June 7th, just last year, 2018, on what would have been her 101st birthday, a statue was dedicated in Chicago at a park bearing her name finish. We have orange.
Gwendolyn Brooks.
Indeed, Miss Gwendolyn Brooks. Miss Gwendolyn Brooks. Miss Gwendolyn Brooks. And a statue dedicated to her in Gwendolyn Brooks Park there in Chicago. Where we going next?
African American authors for 500.
500. Said, let me get back in this thing. I need to get back up in here. It's not looking too hot right now. It's still anyone's game, but said let me get in here. Here we go. Let's activate the buzzer. Somebody. All right, here we go. Octavia Butler became the first science fiction writer to be awarded a MacArthur Fellowship. What is the name of her niche genre finish? Orange.
Afrofuturism.
Afrofuturism is correct. Afrofuturism. Afrofuturism. That's what we're looking for. Nice recovery.
African American authors for 400.
400 coming up. In 2015, Ta-Nehisi Coates won the Genius Grant from the MacArthur Foundation. This was the same year that his second book was published. What is the name of that book finish? Orange.
Between the World and Me.
Between the World and Me is the answer we're looking for. Yes, Between the World and Me. Somebody's electrolytes are kicking in. His donuts are kicking in. All right. Where are we going next?
African American authors for 300.
Why not? Here we go. She was born in West Africa. By the age of 12, she was reading Greek, Latin, English, and her native African language. What is the name of the first published female? Let's activate the buzzers, please. I want to start from what is the name of the first published female poet of African descent finish?
Phyllis Wheatley.
Blue, that was blue, that's it? Okay, yes, Miss Phyllis Wheatley is correct, yes, Miss Phyllis Wheatley, answer you're looking for. Featured in last year's Black 365 calendar, I might add, yes. And the last one of this round, yes, last question of this round. African American authors are 200, here we go. What is the name of the author and activist who said, if I didn't define myself for myself, I would be crunched into other people's fantasies for me and eaten alive, finish. Finish, orange.
Audre Lorde.
And me, Miss Audre Lorde. Miss Audre Lorde, responsible for that quotation. She also gave us this quotation that she wrote on the board too, which is a very true one. Women are powerful and dangerous. A very true statement. That is a very true statement. Miss Audre Lorde. Miss Audre Lorde. If we can have a commercial break, we're going to have the Director of Student Equity, Ms. Rochelle, come up to the stage. Also want to let everyone know that we have some fantastic raffle gifts. A few other announcements I want to make, that through the generous sponsorship, we have the largest prize pool. We said it one more time, the largest prize pool that we've ever had. Thank you for the generous sponsors. Good place to clap. Good place to clap, Mom. Thank you. Nobody has your back. Mom has your back. Thank you very much for starting that clap off right there, Mom. All right, so what the contestants are playing for, the pride, the honor, the ability to call themselves for 365 days, the Black 365 Knowledge Bowl champs, and also first place is taking home $300 each, $300 each, $300 each, $200 to second place, $200 and $100 to first place. 300, 200, 100 is what we have today. Also, we have some very, very, very amazing and fantastic and the most ever raffle gifts. So please do support the raffle. Local business, some Los Angeles businesses as well have donated some things and we've purchased some things. So at the intermission, there will be some raffles and things. Meet Leslie here in the front, or my mother, Queen Mother, with the head wrap there. We'll be doing some raffling as well. Again, we have some fantastic gifts. And at this point, I'd like to bring to the stage the Director of ABC's Student Equity, Ms. Rochelle Hightower.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out to the Knowledge Bowl and supporting. It's always beautiful to see this theater full of guests and supporting our students. Congratulations, students. You guys are doing an amazing job. Antelope Valley College Student Equity is really proud to support the Knowledge Bowl and encouraging our students to learn not only about themselves, but others. One of the things that we like to do is to let our students hear voices in our community, hear voices. My belief is that they should hear before these voices pass on from being alive here. If you came in today and you got a flyer that looks like this, I invite you to come to a couple of our upcoming events. One of them is going to be our Emoja Day, which will be held in this theater on March 22nd. Our keynote speakers are Dr. Lafayette, who was with Dr. King as part of his inner circle, coordinating the voter rights in Selma, there with Bloody Sunday, and the Portables campaign with Dr. King. Also, the second keynote speaker is Mayor James Perkins, who was the first Black mayor of Selma, Alabama. So I invite you to come out and hear those voices. And then also our Women's Symposium that is going to be happening on March 15th. And again, thank you so much for coming. Congratulations, students. I'm excited to hear and see you demonstrate the knowledge. You have all worked so, so hard, and I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank you very much. We're going to keep this show rolling. As you see, the competition got a little bit stiffer there towards the end. I kind of missed the days where we didn't have the score when we was announcing. It was kind of shocking, but this is cool too. No pressure. Scholars, don't even look at the score. Just know that you're doing well. They said, no, that's not happening. They said, that's not happening. They said, we don't look at the score. We need to figure this thing out. I understand. But again, I'm happy to see the competition heat up a bit. There's one small thing I need to do on my end. I know, thank you all for not giving us any buzzer headaches. We do switch the buzzers at halftime so that no one feels slighted by the technology. Fresh, brand new batteries are in every buzzer. Some people have answered questions, some people got questions right and wrong, so hopefully no one thinks the buzzer is an issue right now. But again, scores looking real tight, and it's still anyone's game. We are going to let our friends, normally the team that's in third, but there is no third, so we will let AB start it off. So we'll let you go ahead and get it started off with this round. which category and which point value will we be asking first?
Blacks for 600.
Blacks for 6, that was his category. There's nothing for me to say. You can feel free to buzz now. Kareem.
What's wrong?
That is not the answer we're looking for. Orange.
Gabon.
Gabon is the answer we're looking for. Gabon. The answer we're looking for. That is correct. That was orange. Sword?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was sword. Crystal, just someone in the audience said.
Yes, but the other team answered incorrectly, correct?
Correct, so they got minus. All right. Cool. All right. She's on it. She's on it. She may be small, but she has a big brain. That's why I have her. It's a point person every time. All right.
Okay. I can talk home.
Yeah. Okay.
Blacks for 700.
Blacks for 7. Let's act as buzzer, please. Again, I'm going to clear it in 3, 2, and 1. Clear. Straight down. Put it straight down. Orange.
Gambia.
Indeed, that's like Gambia. Gambia. Gambia is correct. We have a little tutorial backstage. I told you the fast picking, that ain't really it. You got to time it to finish. All right.
Blacks for 800.
Blacks for 8. Here we go. And finish. Orange.
Equatorial Guinea.
Equatorial Guinea is correct. Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea. We're going next, my friend.
I'm sorry, what's that? Did I do Blacks for 800 already?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's Blacks for 900.
Blacks for 9. Here we go. And finish. Kareem.
Guinea-Bissau.
Indeed, that's the flag of Guinea-Bissau. The flag of Guinea-Bissau. That's correct.
We'll take it for 1,000.
Why not? Here we go. Finish. Green.
That's Guinea.
Indeed, that is Guinea. Yes, that is Guinea. That is the flag of Guinea. Sibling Lackey, Sibling Lackey said it earlier. I'll repeat it. Or he alluded to earlier. It was something he said a few years ago. I didn't even know some of these countries even existed. Let alone what their flags look like. You know. So again, hats off to these scholars that not only know the names but the flag colors. And like I said, you know, he had a carousel of these flags, you know, trolling above his bed at night. Apparently, all the scholars did a great job in that category. That's the last flag of tonight's competition. Where are we going next, my friends?
Black hair for 800.
Black hair for 8. Activate the buzzers for me, please. All right. Waiting for the word finish. What is the name of the hairstyle that was made popular by Kid from the rap group Kid and Play, and the wildly popular House Party Movies finish? Green.
High top fade.
Indeed, the high top fade. High top fade. Again, some of you all did that dance at your prom. Some of you all did the dance at your prom a couple times. Some of y'all twisted an ankle recently trying to redo that dance that you did at your prom. You might want to be careful. You're not that young anymore. Me either. I twisted mine too. Don't worry about it.
Let's do black hair for 9.
Black hair for 9. Here we go. Let's activate those buzzers. Anybody? Here we go. Black hair for 9. What is the name of the hairstyle that you get when you cut a high top at an angle finish? A loop. 3, 2, 1. That's the incorrect answer. Orange.
Gumby.
The Gumby, the answer. Gumby. How many of y'all know that hairstyle? That Gumby. Some of y'all have one. I've seen some of them yearbooks and some of those Facebook, you know, Facebook would post a picture from a long time ago. I've seen some of y'all with Gumby. Seen some of y'all with that Gumby. I was looking for the dislike button when I seen your Gumby from, 94. I was looking for the dislike button. Not that. Where we going next?
Black hair for 700.
Black hair for 7. Activate those buzzers, please. Anybody. There we go. What is the name of the hairstyle that had to be constantly activated in order to be worn correctly finished? Luke.
Jerry curl.
Indeed, the Jerry curl, the scary curl. Don't call it Jerry, it's a scary curl. Jerry curl. Let your slow. Again, I've seen some of them pictures with some of those Jerry curls in this room. I'm not gonna point at anybody. I've seen some Jerrys. Don't let that thing get dry. Don't let that thing get dry. Or some of y'all, you know, had the shower cap at night so that your pillow didn't turn brown, so the pillow didn't get down in the shirt, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of aggravated brothers in the 80s and 90s. I realized they weren't getting much sleep. They weren't getting much sleep because the crinkle from the shower cap kept them up all night with that Jerry curl. Where we going next?
Black hair 1,000.
Black hair for 1,000. Here we go. Waiting to hear the word finish. Let's activate the buzzers, please. Here we go. 8th grader Zuleika Patel and her classmates sparked debate across the globe when their South African school banned the wearing of of what hairstyle, which was made popular in the United States during the 1960s finish? Loop.
Afro.
The afro is the answer we're looking for. Yes, the afro. The afro. South African school said that kids cannot wear their afro. That doesn't make any sense at all. It's a natural style. So this is a young lady in South Africa. This is in Brooklyn, New York. There's a 12-foot mural dedicated to her, her activism and taking a strong stance against that ridiculous rule. And the rule has changed. The school has eased and dropped their policy that kids can wear the hair that comes out of their hair, put it in their head by God, the afro. Perfect answer, yes.
Black hair 600.
Black hair for 6, last black hair of this round. So activate those buzzers, please. Somebody, anybody? Here we go. What is the name of the hairstyle made popular by Josephine Baker in the 1920s and withstood the test of time? Supermodel Tyra Banks and entertainer Tiana Taylor have worn it elegantly in recent times. Finish. Orange.
Finger waves?
Indeed, finger waves. Finger waves. Yes, yes, yes. Josephine Baker was the most photographed woman in the world at that time when she lived. The most photographed woman in the world was Josephine Baker and her finger waves.
We're going to do lawyers 700.
Lawyers for 7. Activate the buttons, please. Somebody, anybody? There we go. Thank you. Young attorney Kendra Stephan created the world's only online directory where people could hire a female attorney. What is the name of the website? Finish. Green. HireLadyLawyer.com. Real simple to the point. HireLadyLawyer.com. You want to hire a lady lawyer? HireLadyLawyer.com. Created by this woman here. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Let's see, African American lawyers for 600.
600 coming up. What is the name of the attorney who was elected as the first black woman president of Miss JD, a national organization dedicated to the advancement of, activate buzzer, I'm sorry. Buzzer, check, anybody? So I can clear it. All right, from the top. What is the name of the attorney who was elected as the first black woman president of Miss JD, a national organization dedicated to the advancement of women in the legal profession? Finish. Straight down, orange.
Rachel Thatcher.
Rachel Thatcher is correct. Yes, Ms. Rachel Thatcher is correct. Ms. Rachel Thatcher. Correct.
Lawyers 800.
North right. Name two of Barbara Jordan's historic first finish. Green.
She was the first African American woman to deliver an address to the Democratic National Convention, and she was the first African American woman to hold a seat in government in a southern state.
That is an acceptable answer. Yes, we will take that. We will take that answer. A southern state elected U.S. House of Representatives. That is correct. That is an acceptable answer. Good job. I think I saw smoke coming out of his ears on that one. Pull that answer from his toes. Good job, sir. Good job.
African American lawyers for 900.
900. Here we go. Let's activate the buzzer, please. Anybody? Somebody? We've been doing it all day. Hit the buzzer. Thank you. All right. Attorney Eunice Carter was the key person responsible for the most successful court action against organized crime in the history of the United States when she brought down Lucky Luciano. What is the name of the book that celebrates her life? Finish. Name of the book. Orange.
Invisible. Forgotten Story of the Black Woman Lawyer who put down America's Most Powerful Mobster.
That is correct. Yes. Invisible. That's the longest answer that we have. And There's another long one coming up too. Well, no, I think it's the longest one. Where we going next?
Lawyers, 1,000?
1,000, why not? Here we go. Let's activate the buzzers. All right. What is the name of the award-winning documentary that celebrates the life and accomplishments of Constance Baker Motley, the only female on the legal team that won the Brown versus Board of Education decision finish? Press it straight down. Orange.
Justice is a Black Woman. The story of Constance Baker Motley.
And not the answer we're looking for. Blue.
Constance Baker Motley, the life and works of her.
That 2 is not the answer we're looking for. It's on the screen, so I didn't even type it. You were off by just one word, but one word can make a difference. Justice is Black Woman, life and work. You said life and story. You said life and story, life and work. Constance Baker Motley. Facts and facts. Shows the Black 365, Black facts, calendar, Black
Mr.
facts.
Brown,
Sorry.
do you remember my answer?
Huh?
You remember my answer?
You said story. You said life and story of Constance Baker Motley. We got it on tape. We got it on tape. We can play back the tape. Huh? You said life and story. You said a whole bunch of other stuff too. You said a whole bunch of other stuff that wasn't right either. Yes, you said story, but it's more to. You said work, but it was more than just work in there. It's a whole bunch of other stuff. Family, that's not Family Feud. It's not Jamal Feud. It's just you got the answer wrong. You got the answer wrong. Facts. It's a fact. It said story. It said story. All right.
Wait, so I just added story, and that was wrong?
You didn't say work, so you didn't say the right answer. All right, we're gonna move forward. You're still looking pretty good. Let's go. Just keep it closure. Let's do it. Here we go. At Knowledge Bowl, we learn facts. We learn characteristics like determination, perseverance, resilience, push through. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge Bowl, we learn all these things. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. You can sit back and count, or you can be resilient and stick it out. Choice is yours. Choice is yours. Where we going next? Who answered the last question correctly? I believe it was Lancaster, yes.
Okay, so African American authors for 600.
Authors 600. Let's activate the buzzer. Somebody, please. Buzzer. Somebody. Anybody? All right, here we go. In 2016, Denzel Washington turned what August Wilson play into a film that Washington both starred in and directed finished? We're reading.
Fences?
Fences, the answer we're looking for. Yes, Fences. Fences. There were 10 plays written by Mr. August Wilson based on the Pittsburgh area, and Denzel Washington says that he will finance all 10 plays and bring them to the big screen. So, round of applause for Denzel. Round of applause for Denzel. All right.
African American authors for 700.
7. Let's activate those buzzers, please. Anybody click the buzzer, please, so I can activate it. Here we go. It's a long question, but stick with it. Playwright Lorraine Hansberry wrote the Broadway hit play A Raisin in the Sun. Also, she became the youngest person to receive the prestigious New York Drama Critics Circle Award. The life of Hansberry inspired what Nina Simone song finish? Orange.
To be young, gifted, and black.
Absolutely, to be young, gifted, and black. Gifted and black. Some of you, like me, may know and love the Donny Hathaway version, but Nina Simone sang it first. Nina Simone sang it first, actually. Young, gifted, and black. Good answer. Where we going next?
African American authors for 1,000.
1,000. Said, catch me up, bro. Catch me up. All right, let's go. Let's activate those buzzers. Somebody, anybody? All right, here we go. Name the 4 individuals of African descent and their book titles who are on the list of the Encyclopedia Britannica's greatest books ever written finished. Blue. Blue.
Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison.
Yep.
The Color Purple by Alice Walker.
Yes, sir.
Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. And
3, 2, 1. Next team. Green.
Okay, so the name's Emmy.
Yes, sir.
Chinua Achebe, Things Fall Apart. Native.
not the answer we're looking for. Sword, we have it.
Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison, The
Yes.
Color Purple by Alice Walker, Beloved by Toni Morrison, Finally Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe.
Takes us to halftime of the competition. That answer takes us to halftime. Am I correct? Do we answer my question? Yeah. Which one? Oh, my bad. That's fine. Again, good job, sir. Good job. Correct. That is correct. I don't know if I warned y'all. This is not Black History 101, y'all. This is like PhD level stuff we got going on here. Black 365 miles ball. Again, good answer, sir. Sword, you got the board.
African American authors for 900.
900. Here we go. Let's activate those buzzers. All right. At the age of 25, Paul Laurence Dunbar's poetry was used in one of the first 100% African American written and performed plays on Broadway. What is the name of that play finished? Green.
In G-O-M-P-E-Y.
Say it one time, please, sir. Say it.
In Dopey.
We'll accept that answer. I feel as if he has mastery of the information. That's not an English word. In the homie. The answer we're looking for, yes. So we are adding credit for that. Yes. I feel as if he has mastery. That answers the question. Yeah. We talked about the backstage. He said it's not an English word with some leniency. You said that, right? You said that? Yeah, you did say that. Not an English word. Last question.
African-American authors for 900.
Let's go ahead and just give a round of applause for the closing of the first round. Let's go ahead and do this last question. All right, here we go. The last question of this round. African-American authors. Richard Wright authored a number of books. Which two of Wright's books have been mandatory reading in school districts around the country finish? Straight down. Green.
Native Son and Black Boy.
Native Son and Black Boy is correct. Yes, Native Son and Black Boy yes, that is correct. Okay, at this time, let's give one more round of applause. And contestants, we're going back to the green room. Contestants, we're going back to the green room. DJ, give us some tunes. DJ, give us some tunes. We have intermission. Please go out and support our wonderful vendors. Buy some raffle tickets. We have some great gifts. As soon as we come back, we're going to have a performance, give away some raffle gifts. So again, buy some raffle tickets from this tall young lady right here. Raise your hand, Leslie. And this fine young lady right here, who's my mother, will buy some raffle tickets. They'll be, you all go out. You can go out in the hallway.